an important thing in improv is to be very supportive with the rest of your team, with your scene partners. Sometimes we call it making your partner look good, or we just call it being supportive. And before this troupe that you're going to see, I was in a duo, an improv duo called Evan the Loyal, with this guy named Mike. And Mike was very supportive, like just a very supportive player. And we went to this improv festival called Duo Fest in Philadelphia. And I remember we're sitting in the green room and the stage is above us, and there's like semi-famous improv duos there, and one of them is on right before us, and like we can hear the crowd like roaring, like they're killing, like it is just great, and I'm stretching, in the green room to do improv. So I was a gymnast as a kid, and I tend to go towards a lot of physicality stuff, and Mike is the opposite of me. He's a big, strong guy and a really good storyteller because he was a writer. Like a real writer, he has a degree and stuff, and he's out of work a lot, so he was a real writer. And so I hear them roaring, and I look up and I say, Mike, we got to bring our A game. And Mike says, Press, we just got to take care of each other, and that's when we're at our best. He's from Lubbock, Texas, so when he was not in character, he talked like that, actually. So I was like, yeah, you're right, that is when we're at our best. Okay, so we go up, and we start doing scenes, and we're doing okay. We're getting some laughs, we're doing all right. And there was 2 chairs on stage, like is common in an improv set, like these, except more sturdy, they're not foldable, like wooden chairs. And in one scene, I decide to pick one up, I turn it over, and I set it on top of the other chair, with the seat on top of the back of the other chair, so it's like, this tall now. And I climb up it, and I start... Very supportive, right? I start doing a scene, forgettable scene. It's not very good because I'm trying to balance, right? And the audience is not really, they're not paying attention to my very forgettable scene. And I sneak a peek over at Mike, and he's like a bit far away from me, trying to support my scene. But he's far away, which is our agreement. If I'm doing something semi-dangerous, he's supposed to keep his distance so that I don't have to worry about my safety and his safety at the same time, which is not supportive agreement. Like that's me, that's very selfish. So he's over there doing what he's supposed to do, and I decide to climb up on the upturned legs of the top chair. So I do that, and I'm balancing on 2 of the legs, very proud of myself. And so I'm up there doing another, and the audience goes completely silent. And it's really weird to play to an audience that's not breathing, because they're worried about your safety. And so I hear one thing somewhere in the audience. I just hear, "Get down." The only thing I hear. And I realize I don't know how to get down. And then I start to feel the top chair start to slide off the beveled front edge. And I know in that moment a couple of things. I know how I'm going to get down. It's one thing. And I know I'm likely going to injure myself. Probably seriously, actually. That's not a joke. Like, I knew I was going to injure myself, and it was going to be bad. So I brace myself for that, and in that split second, I make the decision that I would injure myself less if I hit 1 chair rather than 2 chairs. That's just math. So I kick one of the chairs out, the one I'm standing on. That's the chair I kick out. And I basically get ready to ruin a festival and break some bones or something. And I'm very scared. And I kind of lay back and I let it go. And I fall maybe 3 inches. And I just feel myself caught. And I look down and I am on the shoulder of Mike, who had come up behind me and caught me. I get choked up thinking about it because he saved me from essentially myself. And I'm really seriously forever grateful for that moment. And then the motherfucker turns towards the audience and he starts another scene with me on him about like a zookeeper and a really stupid monkey. Because we're very supportive, but you got to make fun of people who brought it on themselves too. So he did that, and so we finish out the set, and afterwards I have a panic attack, which I did not know I could have, but I can. And the way I have a panic, like I'm having a panic attack, and I sort of know I'm having a panic attack, and I keep announcing that I'm having a panic attack while we're walking to the bar, and I'm going, I'm having a panic attack. And like the semi-famous improvisers are all around me going, is that dude okay? Very embarrassing. And Mike is standing beside me, and he's just patting my back, and he's saying, you're safe now, Prez. You're safe now, Prez. And I really did feel safe. I felt safe on stage with Mike. I felt safe off stage with Mike. And it really was a beautiful moment. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is improv or anything else, which is surround yourself with very supportive people. Or just be like Mike. And take care of each other, because that is when we're always at our best. Thank you very much.